Bronwyn, I got to tell you that Scott Morrison is out of his skin. He is really battle-hardened and fit for the job. Albo, well, he's just not up for it.
Well, yes, indeed. And as I've said before, Gary, I sat in that chamber with Mr Albanese from 1996 to 2016. He was never a star performer, ever. He was never, ever contemplated about leadership. His single ministry of infrastructure really never amounted to much and was never really paid much attention to because it didn't deliver. And I'm afraid he's still not delivering. And the significant thing about his disastrous train wreck of a press conference concerning the NDIS is that very few policy initiatives are out there on the table, and the Labor Party has been touting the NDIS as an important policy issue. Now, he actually opened with the statement, we're going to put people back in the centre of the NDIS. Did anybody think it was going to be tables and chairs in the middle of the NDIS? Of course it's about people. That's not a policy.
Well, it's all about people.
That's just a glib statement. It doesn't mean anything because it's a given. Of course it's about people. It has, he says, 6 points to it. As the leader, he was asked a very relevant question by the journalist. Well, tell us what are those 6 points? He couldn't do it. It's not a gotcha question. It's a legitimate question to ask. And thank goodness it was followed up by Sky in those interviews saying, you really have to tell us. You're saying you don't know. Well, he clearly didn't know. And the other thing he lacks is energy. And it's got nothing to do with COVID. He didn't have it before COVID. Maybe he lost too much weight. I don't know. Maybe part of it was the brain. But the important thing is that he is not fit for government. And when I listen to his voice these days, it gives me the cocky cornwalls.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one that's saying that. I mean, look, and for those who are playing at home, because by popular request we actually do have this moment of Anthony Albanese forgetting the 6-point plans of his $40 billion plan. It's a $40 billion aspect of his plan for Australia. And he couldn't remember it. Here's Anthony Albanese.
Yesterday, you talked about Labor's 6-point plan. What are the 6 points?
The 6 points are what we will do in terms was outlined by Bill Shorten.
Just to clarify, do you not know what the 6 points are for the NDIS question that Mr Kersley just asked you? But also, sorry,
policy document.
If you, is this a sign that you don't know what one of your policy is?
Are they the 6 points?
Are these the 6 points here that had to be handed to you by your advisor?
Mr Albanese, that's not right.
Did you just ask for advice?